PWO, 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 PWO.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the PWO WrestleCast. As always, I'm your host, Matt Lilly. Tonight on the show, we have, as always, he is the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, Jeff Hitman Hall.
I thought you were talking about
Hello.
And we have Ben from Colorado.
Oh, I don't get anything, but what's up, boys? What's up?
You kind of stole Ben's thunder, so I'm cutting Ben's thunder. Jesus Christ. Call it. Just keep moving. As you guys know, you can find us right here on Facebook and YouTube and most podcast listening apps. If you like what you're watching, you can support us right here at coffee.com/PWO123 for the price of one cup of coffee. Please feel free to check us out on maybe it's Ko-fi.com/PWO123. It's as simple as 1, 2, and 3. No one's told me if it's coffee or Ko-fi.
Because it's for the price of a cup of coffee, I'm going to say it's coffee. But us wrestling fans, that's Ko-fi.
That's Ko-fi. Like, I'm sure it's meant to be coffee, but that's
Coffee Kingston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wi-Fi. So it should be Fi, so it should be Ko-Fi.
I don't know anymore. But man,
let's get to wrestling, boys. We're not here to mess around and talk about some website.
There is a lot to get through, and we got limited time to get through it. So we're going to do our best. And Hitman Hall does not frequently ask for time to speak and rant about things. Jeff, there was something you said you really wanted to discuss this week.
I mean, I've kind of cooled down off of it. We don't have to, but I will
I
if
set
you.
time aside for this. I wanted this.
Okay. All right.
You want me to get you angry again? Because I can do this.
Oh, you want me? Should I start shooting now?
Yeah, go for it.
Shoot, brother, from the hip.
Okay. This, and again, I'm actually breaking my own rules because we've all agreed that some of us on the podcast watch WWE, not so much for our jobs, but we try to run a show, so we have to do it. I didn't even watch the whole damn thing. I just watched a 10-minute or 9-minute clip of this whole debacle on Retribution and again, I'm breaking my own rules because I don't watch, so I shouldn't be upset. And now I feel like Pat. Now I know how Pat feels sometimes. It's just absolutely crazy. This whole angle of Retribution's crazy. Donovan Dijak is being ruined. Just completely ruined.
Yeah, that's not his name anymore.
Dijakovic or T-Bar or L-Bar or Flat Bar.
Arm bar.
He's
whatever
not
he
bar.
is.
He's
Canadian arm bar.
Yeah, whatever his name is now. So they come out and say, well, Retribution, so they've been wrecking our stuff and causing havoc. So what do? We sign the contracts. So you're paying them to tear your stuff up now? You know what I mean? Like
I want to see what their contracts say, Jeff. I know contracts. I want to read through them.
I know you guys get on me about AEW, but I promise you guys, I'm an equal opportunity purist. This is bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bad. The way they're going about it is bad, and it's just set up to fail. And again, not to steal Jim Cornette's thunder, but just name test. If your name doesn't pass the name test, tonight, and I text you guys this. Tonight we have the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he'll be facing T-Bar for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm sure that sounds great. You know, it's just awful.
You
And
want him
again,
to face Mace or Slapjack instead?
yeah.
Wait, so
or
if
Slapjack.
Jeff is T-Bar, does that make me Mace or does that make me
Like,
Slapjack?
it's just awful. Just when you think they can't, I'm not surprised. Them getting stuff wrong happens, but just when I think they've insulted your intelligence,
No.
you know, to no end, it's just awful. It's just absolutely awful. And now Dijack's gonna just get pushed out the door. Thank the Lord, because he won't resign after this. And then nothing like pulling off a mask to have another mask on, Sting style. But at least that was face paint. It's just awful. And I know I'm not saying anything that
But Jeff,
sane people agree with, but
Jeff, he got to say whore on TV.
yeah, it's just stupid. And
So-
now the Hurt Business is face, which is fine. And sadly, to be honest, Matt, like I'm all in on the Hurt Business.
Same though. I actually really like.
Yeah,
Hurt
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, usually I'm against throwing all the black guys together, but at least they don't have Jamaican accents and they're not in like red, green, and yellow. Like no,
and they're being
you know,
pushed.
they're being pushed, and they look like $1 million. They're always in suits. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, you know,
It's like they're trying to be the Horsemen, and I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's going to end bad no matter what. But you know, at least you can look at this and like, okay, well, they actually kind of put some thought into this somehow. I have no idea, but their biggest angle with retribution, I don't. Just so many between Underground and like Sanity and like, you know, WWE just setting the indoor attendance records for black attire, you know, all black everything, the Shield. I mean, somebody's getting paid from them, but
Yeah.
that's all I got to say.
I didn't have a horrible issue with it. It was their first promo. It wasn't the greatest, but for me, it kind of felt like, hey, we're here. This is why we're here. Now shut up and make room for us. My issue was when the Hurt Business came in. They got into the ring. Out of nowhere, 20, 25 people just dressed all black they surround the ring and just do what the Dark Order did, which was smack the ring apron, which if you didn't know is the hardest part of the ring.
Just randos. Are they under contract too, or just
So, and if you guys don't mind, I'll close this out so we can move on to our next one here, because I don't know how much more we can really speak on this.
please,
So
please.
Yeah.
get more information. Here is, and Ben and I were talking about this. This is like WWE parodying itself and its fans right now, because as Ben said, like they're complaining about all the things we complain about, and that's fine, and I'm with that, but like we're complaining about not being given opportunity and being treated on the back burner and an afterthought, and my name's Mace and Slapjack and T-Bar. We're bad Ninja Turtle villains.
Yeah, my biggest issue with the whole situation was the names.
It just all feels so last minute.
Yeah.
And from everything I've read, that's been the reaction backstage as well.
But I mean, that's what happens
when
when
we're
Vince
laughing
comes
at
in.
it. Like several reports of other superstars laughing at it.
Yeah.
And one more thing before we get off this topic. Again, I, at least I do, I live in a wrestling world where Trent's mom, Sue, is over more than Donovan Dijak. That's the world I'm living in right now. And I don't want to be a part of it, but that's it.
Like,
I'll end on that.
yeah.
But both things are bad, but, you know, I don't know.
At least Sue brings cookies.
Modern wrestling. And then,
So,
Jeff, how
then
long
there's
until those-
WWE.
How long until those cookies are some like bad gimmick?
I made it.
AEW doesn't really do that. If
I
it
was persuaded to
WWE,
watch BTE. I made it about 7 minutes, and that was it for me.
We did
but-
force him. I don't know if the video's been up yet, but we did force Jeff to watch BTE. All right, I am going to give a very quick and hard turn here. We're going to talk about the COVID situation that's arising. Primarily, we first heard this in NXT last week. We're hearing about it in AEW this week. And today, we're seeing a lot of independent wrestlers pulling themselves from bookings. essentially saying they've been exposed or something along the lines. AEW and NXT sounds like they're different situations, so I'm gonna try my best to explain them both quickly. NXT, I think this is the quicker one to go with. The word is that, and this is once again not official, but just reporting, coach had contacted the disease, and either didn't know or didn't care. And I pray to God it didn't know. I don't want to sit here and act like. But what's making this matter worse is that had no issue. People apparently are struggling with wearing masks in major group meeting places in the center. So that's the big one on that. You can kind of see it a little bit. Vic Josephs and Wade Barrett were both gone from commentary this week, despite both being considered there permanently for a while. Several other talent. Bobby Fish, although there's no word on whether or not he's actually sick or not, but he was not there in celebration with everything else Undisputed Era. And we also know there's a lot of independent wrestlers in their women's battle royale. So there's just a few notes there. I'm going to quickly go over to AEW. The first thing that came out, and we'll get to this more when we get to AEW's results, Lance Archer announced midway through yesterday he tested positive for COVID-19. AEW has kind of switched their testing, and that you test at home, and then when you get to Jacksonville, you test in Jacksonville. So you're getting checked twice before entering the building. He tested positive at home, so he didn't come out. We also just saw that Benjamin Carter, he wrestled Scorpio Sky on AEW's Late Night after the NBA on Tuesday, has tested positive. Several names kind of missing from AEW, with Brian Cage was the big one I think people also noted. But word is that there are several talent who have been considered exposed or tested positive. And a lot of general thought here is it's exposure at independent booking shows. Shug D put out a comment saying it's not on the companies of the independent shows to make sure everyone's getting checked regularly. If you're taking independent bookings and traveling right now, you need to be responsible and take care of yourself and others. So a lot of speculation right now that people on the independent scene either not taking it seriously, not getting checked, or our testing is flawed, as we've learned. But it's too much in that.
Something I want to add to that too is, and you kind of covered it. It's some people still aren't taking this seriously. So you get one guy who mom had it, and he stayed with her for a couple of days, and then he takes a booking in nowhere, South Dakota, with an independent company, and there's we'll say 15 guys on the card. Those 15 guys now have it, and who's supposed to know?
And exactly, especially if you're asymptomatic. I don't want to argue coronavirus. Enough people do it for me.
We're not politicians. Wear your damn mask.
I'm more along the lines of, again, wear your mask. But if the independent shows are going to be the independent shows, you know what I'm saying? Indie wrestling is indie wrestling, and those people are trying to make a living because they don't have big contracts from AEW and they don't have big contracts from WWE, so they're trying to make a living. So I obviously don't condone getting coronavirus, but stuff happens. If you're trying to provide for yourself, be safe, blah 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 blah. But if you're a nationally televised show like AEW, I have an idea. Don't have your talent booking going on indie shows. At least not now. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with doing indie shows in a perfect world. Yeah, that's fine. But in the climate that we're in now, and as big of an operation as AEW is, you can control somewhat of your stuff in house. You can't control these indie shows. And I'm not saying, I don't know. Obviously most of their talent is paid, you would think. If they were paying people when they didn't wrestle for almost a month, then I can't imagine they're not getting paid now. But, I don't know.
So my thought process is AEW has been very big on look, get your money as long as it doesn't interfere with our tapings. We support you. You should, if you can earn more money, we're all for it,
Which
I have a
is
feeling. Yeah, go ahead.
that's a great motto to have, especially with having a lot of more minor type of guys who haven't had the big breaks yet. Orange Cassidy is one that comes to mind, even though he's kind of starting to step out of that. What were you saying?
He's fairly exclusive from my understanding. It's your private parties,
yeah,
former LAXs,
yeah, MJF maybe, but like
MLW.
Yeah, it's the guys who were not made before All Elite was out. It's those guys that are kind of still taking some of those indie bookings, it seems.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what contracts look like in AEW for people who are only there because of COVID. I know a lot of independent wrestlers got an opportunity with AEW because of that. Which, once again, like,
take your money, get your money.
I want to emphasize that I feel that these are very different situations than when we crack down hard on WWE.
Oh yeah,
because they weren't even testing.
Yeah,
like,
no.
AEW is consistent with it. And I think this sucks because that is a big part of, I think, Tony Khan's plan of, hey, look, if you get your money, we support it. We're going to pay you, but we don't want you to feel like you can only work for us.
Yeah.
But I do think he's going to need to come like, look, guys, I'm sorry. When this is over, we can get back to it, but I can't risk you guys.
Right now, yeah.
Best bet, he's look, like Jeff always says, it's not on me to spend other people's money, but I think your best bet here, if you're going to tell them, look, you can't, I can't have you be taking independent bookings, take what they would be making out of that booking and just add to their salary for that time period.
As much as we, I mean, it would be good on Vince, but at the end of the day, I mean, they are talent. Like that is AEW's talent. So, they sometimes you have to be protected from yourself. That's not a new concept.
Yeah. So that's really all I want to say there. When we get more information, we'll let you guys know. But to any wrestler who has watched us, I know we have a lot of friends, particularly Ring of Honor. We've done a lot of interviews with. As always, stay safe, guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys entertaining us. Just you guys always come first before us. So just make sure you're taking care of yourselves first. We appreciate y'all. Let us know if we need to buy more shirts, because I'm always down to buy more shirts. Moving right along, we're going to go straight to our tournament updates. G1 and the Ring of Honor Pure Tournament are happening right now. Night 4, if you're in America, just happened this morning. So here's your quick updates from who won in Night 4, and then I'm going to give you your standings. Ben, you and I did not make predictions for the G1, so Jeff, I'm going to leave it up to you. Since we're 4 nights in, do you want us making predictions, or you think we're good out?
I mean, make your predictions, but God forbid at the end you can't be like, I told you so. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
Works for me. Ben, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, show's not in the tournament.
Dang it! You don't mess with my boy show.
Oh Lord. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I genuinely believe this. It's gonna be Jay White's gonna win the G1, beating probably Tetsuya Naito. This is the tournament that screams it's his win. I genuinely speaking, I hate you guys who have watched for a long time. This pains me.
Just crawling in his skin. I love it.
This is literally like I know I said it before we got going. This is like the perfect show. If Jay White, who I thought was going to be marooned away from Japan during the G1, this just screams him to me.
I mean, he was only in the final last year too, but
so maybe I'm totally wrong and he's not going to be in it. But this just screams a Jay White win. It does.
Ibushi Kota beat him last year. Remember to go through.
And then he beat Kota Ibushi already this year.
Already.
I want to be wrong.
It
But
it's starting to get to the point where it's death, taxes, and Jay White. It's getting close.
Ben, do you have any predictions before I quickly go overnight for here?
I really have no idea. The only person there's like two people I would argue, and that's Kenta and Okada.
God, I would love that too. All right, so night 4 happened this morning. Goto defeated Sonata. Your boy Pops. I love Sonata, but
Well,
Goto's
I got
number
Tai Chi and Jay White. I guess I can't have them all.
one. Yeah, for real. You chose the wrong two. Toriano defeated Go Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi. Juice Robinson defeated Kento. What? With the Go Ace? Or
No,
Toriano beating
Yano beating
Yano beating I don't know.
Sonata,
I don't know.
Tanahashi.
Evil defeated Yoshihashi and Tetsuya Naito. Defeated worst professional wrestler in the world, Zack Sabre Jr. Mouthful every time. I gotta find some kind of acronym for it. Here are your current standings. Jay White, Tai Chi, and Will Ospreay are all undefeated in the A block. They have 4 points. Kota Ibushi has 2 points. So does Suzuki and Okada and Jeff Cobb. And all with 0, Yujiro Takahashi, Tomohiro Ishii, and Shingo Takagi.
Oh man,
Shingo being winless hurts.
That can change though, because last year Jay White was like almost eliminated, and then
yeah,
was in the final. They do a great job with that, by the way. Just
they do, and it's definitely a situation where you don't know who's winning this year.
Nope.
B block, Naito, Toriano, and Juice Robinson all have 4 points undefeated. If Yano somehow wins the G1, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It might be over for me. I'm not gonna lie though.
Oh, Jeff, you disappeared there for a second.
Love every bit of it. Sorry, I got a phone call.
Worst wrestler in the world, Kenta, Hiroki Goto, Evil all have 2 points. And sitting at 0 points, Yoshihashi, Sonata, and maybe the most surprising, Go Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Tanahashi looks a little old, don't he? Or
a little bit.
No love for a voice show.
Not terrible. I mean, he still can go, but maybe it's just a little bit of ring rust and everything else. But
maybe worst wrestler in the world, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi working his leg over too much.
I mean, ZSJ.
Monday, I think I'm gonna go ahead and ask everybody what's their favorite match so far. So go ahead and get that in your heads now.
There we go.
Just want to get a little bit more into the tournament before I ask. Here's your quick update on the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, which, God, I hope you're watching, because this has been fantastic as well. So you guys already know Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham won their first round matches. Dave Finlay and Matt Sydal won their first round matches. Finlay beat Rocky Romero. Sydal beat Delirious. And coming up this weekend, Silas Young versus Fred Yehai and Kenny King versus Josh Woods. Ring of Honor put out some quick fast facts for this one. Silas Young is 11-6 against participants in this tournament, particularly.
Is that overall in his career, or is that just
overall in his career? He has beaten everyone in this tournament. So overall, him versus everyone else, it's been 11-6.
6. Okay.
Fred Yehai has made it to at least the semifinals in 8 of the past 11 tournaments he's competed in.
Wow.
I don't think it's happening, but I'd be down. I like him. Josh Woods versus Kenny King. Josh Woods broke into professional wrestling in 2014 when he signed a developmental deal with WWE. Spent 2 years in NXT training under Billy Gunn, Jesus Christ, and Adam Pearce before coming to Ring of Honor. King has an 8-1 record in one fall matches in Baltimore, where the tournament's being placed. So Kenny King's only lost 1 match in Baltimore.
K-I-N-G King.
Yeah, I want that. I want that to be the case. Real bad. All right. NXT. Oh, so much. So much to roll through. I'm going to try and give some bullet points to this. Some confusing things happened with NXT this week for me. As you guys already know, we already talked about the COVID situation a little bit, so we don't know who's been affected and who's not been affected. We had our women's number one contender battle royale. Candice LeRae won that, last eliminating Shotzi Blackheart. She took out Tegan Knox prior in the backstage area.
Only 2 people to get entrances for that too.
Candice LeRae does nothing for me.
I don't blame you.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll ever understand the hype. All
There
right.
ain't no hype.
What?
I said there ain't no hype.
Um,
Not for me.
Tommaso Ciampa beat Jake Atlas. He inverted his fairy tale ending. So instead of like the angel wings that he typically does, he like curled it out into, I guess, cradle driver. Yeah, would you say that, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting. To no one's surprise, he beat Jake Atlas. We get a Ridge Holland promo. Man, give that guy, I think, another year or two, and he might actually be a main eventer. He's got the look. He needs to not kill wrestlers in the ring, particularly Johnny Gargano. We had a pretty fun, in my opinion, tag team match. It was Danny Burch and Roderick Strong versus Raul Mendoza and Fabian Eichner. So the point was you had one member of each team teaming up facing the other, and winners of those ones will face in the tag team match of future dates to determine number one contender.
Weird, like, tournament style rule type thing.
Just so many awkward, like, tag 4 ways, 3 ways to
I
be.
think
And
this
it just.
NXT, I think I'm giving them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt just because I don't know who is sick and who's not. So I kind of imagine this one is, all right, let's take care of people right now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
This was preceded by kind of a fun
Yes.
promo. You had Breezango in there dressed like Sherlock Holmes.
Fandango.
Fandango, yeah. And they were explaining this to
Regal.
William Regal, who's like, what? And then was it
Danny Burch.
Eichner?
Danny Burch, I believe.
Yeah, Danny Burch kind of just gives some like Cockney gibberish to William
He
Regal.
gave it to you in the UK comedic slang.
Yeah. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay.
So, a fun comedic spot with William Regal. God, I love William Regal.
Yeah.
I thought this was actually really funny as well. I thought this tag team match was great too. Roderick Strong's been really cool promoting it kind of on Twitter. There was a GIF of Roddy did his like slap and arms out, and Danny Burch put up the 2 for the 1-2 punch. Roderick responded and was like, "If I saw this, my knee would be so far into his face right now." Good old Roddy. Damian Priest beat Austin Theory and then got super kicked by Johnny Gargano. And then we got a little vignette here, video game style teasing. We're going to get a return of an NXT superstar, a former champion at the TakeOver. Heavy speculation that this is Bobby Roode. I'd be down with that. Part of me
It's fine by me.
wonders if it's Joe, because we haven't seen Samoa Joe on commentary the past 2 weeks.
I'm thinking Joe.
Joe would be great. Roode, I think, makes the most sense, and they've been
Yeah.
There's been word that he's coming back here soon, so I think it's only a matter of time. I think I'd prefer it to be Joe. Joe just does it more for me, but God, I don't know. I hope so. I hope it's good. Ridge Holland defeated Antonio DeLuca to no one's surprise. And then we got the Gauntlet Eliminator match. I'm not going to go through this entire thing here. Your contestants were Kushida, Kyle O'Reilly, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and Timothy Thatcher. The ultimate winner, and who will face Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver, is Kyle O'Reilly.
I dig it.
So I'm down because I know Kyle O'Reilly can roll. And I think that's going to be a really fun match.
Yeah.
But what are we doing with UE?
Hashtag pushed out the door.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Friend of the show, Drew Neely, really put it out there, and I think this is a really good point. It would make a lot of sense if this is the evolution treatment. Kyle O'Reilly's going to win it, and Adam Cole is going to be like, all right, meh.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So maybe we get some cool Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly matches out of this.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, like when Kyle O'Reilly split Cole's face open, beat him for the belt, which wasn't a 5-star match somehow, but we'll save that for another podcast. But great match. Yeah, great match. Those guys will be great.
I think Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor will burn it down. But
Matt, that's Seth Rollins.
All right, let's go.
AEW. We start off with Kip Sapien and Miro, the debuting Miro versus Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. This match was fun. You kind of get to see Miro display his dominance. He did actually. They played it off, and we all thought he actually did hurt his ankle. Like that's legitimate. That wasn't a fake storyline thing.
Okay, I was wondering about that. I was like, so why? If he's hurt, he's hurt. That's fair. But why are we having a guy fake an ankle that we don't do anything with, or a knee, or?
Yeah.
But I also thought at the same time, I mean, I just feel like he should have came in, killed everybody, and the damn thing should have been over in 7 or 8 minutes. I just felt like that they did a little bit too much of people getting thrown over the. I heard he almost hurt his back too. Remember when he got like weirdly tossed or jumped over the thing, and I don't know. I just thought it was a lot going on. But you just should have had Miro just lay waste. You know what I mean?
And when he was in the ring, he pretty much did. But I feel like they're really trying to push like Kip Sapien's got this, and Miro's gonna kill everybody.
But then Miro came out and put in the accolade, except it's now the game over.
Oh, and another thing is,
Don't you bury good old JR.
Well, you got him, and then you got Sonny Kiss stepping into the ring and then slapping hands with Janela. Like, oh, that was a tag. Oh, I missed it because you tagged when you got in the ring. JR, and then this is only going to end one way. But I know it just started, so I'm super, super, super premature. But can we get Miro away from Kip Sapien, please?
Yeah.
Please.
I'm down. I know we said this. Like, I'm ready for him to go on a singles run and just tear it apart. I do appreciate that we're not just bringing him in and then immediately in the main event. Although he is a main eventer, like we all know. Yeah. But let him get a couple of wins first.
No, fair.
Yep.
But then we get a Mad King, Eddie Kingston promo. God, I love it. I love everything about it. Hangman Page beat Evil Uno. Brody Lee murdered Orange Cassidy. I left out that the Young Bucks broke Tony Schiavone's phone at the mention of.
Terrible.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
You're running a business with people, and those people are straight up, being dicks to you, breaking your phone, and all this bullshit.
They gave him the money to replace it.
But regardless, why would you want to do business with that person?
It's called you have to.
The problem.
Ben, welcome to pro wrestling.
The problem with this is one, this was a bad segment.2, they had sound effects like WWE. When he smashed the phone against the thing, it sounded like someone threw a trash bag full of glass out of a first story window. So that was phony. Listen, this has been my only problem with this. The actual storyline isn't bad. That's fine. Like, the booking of it has been good. The play calling is fine. They just haven't executed the plays properly. Like, the acting and the carrying it out isn't good.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with them, super kicking the ref and throwing the money at him. But the breaking of his phone.
Wait. What? Hey, I'm totally cool if they just kick whoever they want to. But if they break my phone, what?
I mean,
Well-
still, like, you're doing
One's
business
gonna
with.
do way more harm than the other.
No, it's just like super kicking somebody is one thing. Breaking someone's phone is like throwing a temper tantrum.
I think
That's
the
all.
point, though.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I don't like about the Young Bucks. If they're gonna be heels, then and they can be really good heels because I mean they just can. They have punchable faces, so they can be really good heels. But they're not being those heels. They're being like they remind me of two teenage boys that are like throwing a fit. Like the other day. So Matt Jackson got in the ring, put his hands on his hips, and like walked like 2 circles, and then super kicked him. I was like, you showed them. You know what I mean? If you're gonna get heat, like man, get some real heat. Like what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be a d-bag, like be one.
Yeah.
Don't like. I don't know. And then the next thing they're like, oh well, we have a friend, and I don't know. I just feel like it's all been safe. I feel like Matt, like they don't really know what they want to do, so everything's been like the Hangman Kenny and the Bucks thing it's been really super safe. So when they want to flop either, like if they decide to flop either way, they can. If that makes sense.
I feel like they're trying to get to that edgier side. Like we need to be more aggressive. We need to stop playing it safe. Like you're saying. I don't completely. They had me a little confused on commentary this week during the Hangman match, in that like Kenny's still kind of putting over Hangman, and he's like, I don't know why I'm out here and why they're sending me out here to do commentary for this match, but I'm here.
Yeah, and I was like, well, then that doesn't make any sense. Then you know what I
if
mean?
we're trying to separate Omega and Hangman,
But that's the thing is like Kenny wants to be separate, Hangman wants to be a tag team, so like you're putting them over as a singles competitor, and you're trying to be like, and yeah, he's a really great singles guy.
Yeah.
But like, are they trying to hint that maybe Hangman's gonna join him and go dark side, or like is this just trying to build up to when Kenny turns on him? It's gonna be like Kenny's the biggest asshole in the world.
And that's fine, but again, like nobody's really doing any like real like heel like or heat work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all Kenny had to say was like, well, like we're done as a tag team, but like I'm still like contractually obligated to. I don't know, like you know what I mean? Like literally anything.
Well, it's
I'm
like
out here and I don't know why.
I wonder.
Neither do we.
You tell us. You're the one who's working.
I wonder if there was some kind of like the turn's happening now, but maybe we need to wait a week or two to see who's healthy next week. I part of me wonders if that's a part of it.
Well, maybe at this point, but I mean, this thing has been, like I said, I'm not saying they botched it, but man, like this has been the worst kept secret for. And again, COVID happened, so don't get me wrong. Like there's a lot of factors against this, but boy, you need to.
There's long-term booking. But how long is waiting too long to go?
By the time it happens, we're going to be like,
okay, what now?
So are we got to be happy when it happens, though?
Like, they're going to be
like we always say, we got to give it time, and when it happens, we'll judge accordingly.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of like, all right, I'm ready. I want this now. So either they're doing this to build up the anticipation so we pop big, and maybe they're trying to wait till we have more fans, but I don't know.
But yeah, they're not going to take it to that. I don't mind what happens. Just something happen. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Because we're at this point where the Young Bucks come out, they do their little temper tantrum. Hangman comes out, he wrestles and does Hangman things, and then Kenny comes out and he's in commentary for 2 weeks in a row. Which all this is fine, but where are we going?
Like,
it feels a little bit lost.
But we'll see.
I don't know if it's the same thing like we say with the G1 where like we don't know what's happening and that's the best part about it. But I almost feel like we treat it differently because we know where we want it to go. And like, all right, we're ready. Everyone's ready. Let's do it. So I hope we get a little bit more storyline plot here soon. I wonder if they're kind of waiting for the anniversary show or not. But let's roll. That's where I'm at. I'm ready for the Kenny and Hangman singles runs. Let's do it. Brody Lee killed Orange Cassidy. I thought this was real good. Orange Cassidy getting a title opportunity, and really at this point, deserved opportunity after beating Chris Jericho and everything. Right call with Brody Lee pinning him, in my opinion. But the big thing coming out of this is Cody is back. He's doing his best My Chemical Romance impersonation. He's dyed his hair black. The Black Parade has come. We'll carry on.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get a dog collar match from this, Jeff.
Okay, look, that Brody Lee promo. Take all my money. Take all my money. That was great.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
a great promo.
Well,
I just don't want to see a dog collar match.
Here's the thing: if they do it well, like they do it like an old school NWA style, and it's Cody, so I have faith in it. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Well, this segment is good. You know why? Because these are two guys that generally have a problem with each other, and it's not a performance, and it's not we're trying to do a 5-star match for 45 minutes. These are two guys who have a problem with each other, and somebody's got to get even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that always sells in wrestling. I do think this was not a little too soon, and I also think they kind of wasted this Cody's appearance. What do you think, Matt? I mean, again, like I'm fine with them coming back. It's come back whenever, but I just feel like I'd have much rather seen like Brody like beating the snot out of Dustin or QT or what I'm saying, like something along that vein, or maybe you like you said save it for the anniversary show. But at the same time, I mean, him coming back is fine. I just thought it was it just kind of was like Cody. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It definitely seems to me like, all right, this is setting up anniversary show for the TNT title. Cody's got to win it, returning, right?
I think he wasn't gone long. I'm gonna be honest. I think they botched this in the sense of it looked like he was gone to do whatever like that thing with Amel. Like he did something, did what he did, and then came right back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they should have had a little more.
It was let's write him off for 2 weeks so he can go do what he needs to do.
But he was gone for 5.
Oh, well then, okay. Well, that's fair then.
It doesn't feel like he was actually gone for 5 months.
No, that's fair then. That's fair then. That's fair then.
But like, man, I don't want the Brody Lee title run to end.
I don't think it should yet.
I mean, I don't know. It depends what Cody we get.
Yeah.
Like, is this Crown Prince of Wrestling?
That's what I think. I think this is going to be the Prince of Wrestling gimmick. And again, heel Cody is better than face Cody. But and I wish Pat was here because if Cody beats Brody, then I'm telling if Cody beats Brody for the belt, that's fine. But everybody can miss me with Dark Order. I don't want to see any more Dark Order. I mean, Matt, I'm being serious though. Like, come on, like. Back me up a little bit here. Like, if he just storms in and then beats Brody, like I don't want to hear about Dark Order looking strong and being no, because they just continuously lose. They lose. Not all the time, but not enough to be like, don't mess. Like, no one's like, man, don't mess with the Dark Order. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. No, everybody's just like, oh, it's Dark Order.
So I think here is my big thing. I'm gonna try and make this quick because I know we have to also cover a pay-per-view later. But
we don't.
We just got to do quick predictions.
I am really torn. I want to know what's gonna be their rules for the dog collar match. That is, I think, the big determination. Is it no disqualification? And if so, Brody Lee
that's your best bet.
To win.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing that needs to happen, and I said this the other night, let's get our blood and guts match. Let's have it American Nightmare Family versus Dark Order. You can have Nightmare Family win the blood and guts match without taking the title off of Brody Lee.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And Cody's got to come back, but he can't be the same Cody. He can't be in there settling like Dustin.
Have him.
He's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be.
Oh my God! Have him
edgy.
Have him lose. Have him lose to lose the blood and guts match, and be like, "Go, you guys! I'm tired of this. I'm tired of carrying y'all. Brandy, put your action figure down."
Or have him just not beat Brody into a bloody pulp, but do something where he loses control and gets disqualified.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Go beat up Darby Allin.
The way Brody made it sound was very much like like a dog collar is going to be attached to like a corner post or something, and it's
Oh,
the first person to
Well, no,
put
if
the.
it's
It should be around both of their necks.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
typically what it would be.
And it looked like there were 2 dog collars on each end.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I imagine. I imagine it's gonna be traditional NWA.
Yeah,
Cody is big on following up on all the old Dusty matches.
yeah,
He, like I said, this is gonna be a really great match. No matter what, everyone's gonna come out of it looking good because the match will look great and everyone will look legitimate in it. I just don't know where you go booking wise. That is kind of my
yeah.
and maybe that is a nice thing to go for. And I mean, we said it, I don't know who's gonna win, but I am curious. I don't want Brody to lose the belt yet, personally. I've loved everything he's doing. The BTE stuff has been hilarious. I really love owning the world, Brody Lee.
Well, now we're gonna see if Tony Khan can, has his big boy booking pants on, because you got to get out of this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not that this is wrong. Like, not that this match is necessarily wrong, because it's not. But you're gonna have to figure out how to get out of this one with everybody looking strong.
Yeah. Matt, let's move on to the next segment.
I was about to say, let me try and keep this quick coming up here because there is still a lot. We still a lot of happening on AEW, and man, like I said, I wish this was an easier night with less stuff so we can go over more. This is a really great AEW Dynamite for me. Matt Hardy promo with Private Party. Matt Hardy struggling real bad on a mic when he's not broken, and Private Party great in ring, still green on the mic. You got time, you're young, but man, give them. I think they're gonna turn on Matt Hardy here soon. Give them Vicky Guerrero because she'd buy into what they're doing.
Yeah, and again, as a company, and this is why I get on Jericho sometimes. Like, Jericho should have known, like, don't put these kids out here by them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you get. Listen, hats off to him for trying to spar with Jericho, but if you're not good on the mic, you shouldn't be talking to Chris Jericho. And just Chris Jericho's been doing this long enough time where he should have spoke up and said, like, hey, that's probably not a good idea. You know what I mean? Like,
I will say, I do really like the fact that we're starting to see a big trope of young talent trying to challenge and make a name off Chris Jericho. I think that is a really nice thing. I really like that personally. But yeah, Jericho's gonna crush any of them on the week.
Another interesting thing is Hardy still has like not really taken a true like bump from what I've seen.
Well, because he's not. He's not. He's still hurt. He's still in his
if you're trying to
non-protocol.
He has a knee injury now. Yeah, he shouldn't be bumping.
They're selling the knee injury so they can get away from the concussion.
Well, yeah,
look,
which is fine.
Just own it.
Listen,
just own it.
Look,
I agree with you.
Hospital cleared him.
Sure
hospital cleared him.
Matt, they cleared him just as much as our backyard is a forest.
Ben, people see what they want to see, brother.
Hey man, look, all I'm saying is there's documentation.
I'm sure there.
It's on you guys to find it and prove them wrong. Yeah, these guys struggled real hard on the mic. Guys who did not struggle on the mic, FTR, they're bringing in a what was this called? It was a brush of greatness, or 20 minutes with greatness. So it's a 20-minute time limit match, and they're just gonna have these periodically. But here's the deal: if it goes the time limit, it's a win for FTR because you didn't beat the champs.
Yeah, that's old school.
Old school heel work.
My thing about this is this just going to be like an open challenge that you have to go through Tully for?
They pick. FTR said they pick.
Okay, then I must have misheard, because to me it sounded very much like you got to go to Tully, who's going to determine if they want it. And then it felt very much just like then what was the point of the ranking system? But if I misheard it, that's on me.
Yeah, well, essentially, it's just pretty much FTR gonna have tag team demonstrations against people. We're gonna get 20 minutes of really great tag team wrestling. That's gonna count as an FTR win when it goes to a draw.
Yeah.
All just really great heel. God, I really want to say this is a Mid-South thing, but it might be NWA.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
If I misheard it and it's what you're explaining as, that's fine with me.
But best friends come out. We're seeing that they're pretty much going to be the number one contenders for the next pay-per-view. The way they're kind of pushing this. Chuck Taylor's horrible. I really don't want to spend more time on it like that. He said weenies in the ring, and people now want a weenie shirt, and it's horrible.
He said weenies, and I'm like, is this for like kindergartners?
Well, it's Chuck Taylor. He might have the brain of a kindergartner.
Let's move on.
Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa defeated Diamante and Ivelisse. Really, really hope this is leading towards a rematch at Full Gear. Love. Also, mad respect for Thunder Rosa coming out with the half animal face paint.
A wrestler's wrestler.
A wrestler's wrestler. I loved it. And we didn't mention it at the beginning of the show, but our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Animal.
Absolutely.
Absolute legend in the ring. He's missed. I feel bad for the poor bastards who have to take doomsday devices up in heaven now. So, best I can say there. Yeah. John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. I really, really enjoyed this match. And they're still continuing to push Kingston getting screwed. So what happened here, and guys, we'll surely try and keep this to 2 minutes because we do have to cover Clash of Champions here. Kingston got put in a bulldog choke, and Rimsberg called the match, saying that Eddie Kingston was non-responsive. Kingston's like, "What are you doing? I didn't tap. What's going on?" Clearly, this is a big change for, Lance Archer has COVID. We need to make sure we have a challenger, and we don't want to waste what we've already built with Eddie Kingston getting screwed with the Battle Royale. Let's find some other way to kind of keep this going.
My issue with that is, as we have here, referee's discretion. You lost the match because of referee stoppage. That goes down as a loss. You lost. Shut up. Accept the loss.
So, no. But that's why I explained this to you earlier, though. Like, when referees take the match into their hands, like, UFC fighters feel robbed when a fight ends early, in their opinion.
And why do the referees
Let's not
do
even
it, Matt?
bring it up. Well,
they do it to protect the wrestler.
There, let me finish. If you guys went and asked the Saints, any Saints fan about that no pass interference call, are they gonna say the Rams beat them or the refs screwed them?
The difference between the two, Matt, is one is real sport,
and one's trying to look like a real sport.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, in the realm of referee botches in AEW, this one was fine.
And it's Rimsberg.
It's not a botch, but it's not a botch. But I mean, if with how many 3 and 4 counts we've seen, this wasn't awful.
Yeah. And my big thing here too is Eddie Kingston immediately took to Twitter and was like, "I didn't tap out."
Yeah,
and
you didn't.
Rensburg immediately responded and said, "Look, Eddie, I've known you for a long time, and you're gonna be able to keep competing for a long time because of me." So it wasn't even like a real like, "Look, man, I'm sorry you feel that way. This is what it is." It's like Rensburg trying to be a dick.
Well, no, I don't. He should have checked his arm, but they didn't want to do that spot so they could get into this spot. But we'll save that for another day.
I think that's exactly it, though.
Yeah.
Really, this is setting up for what's probably going to be a triple threat 6-man tag next week. Will Hobbs hopefully getting his time to shine next week. You guys ready to roll over to Clash of Champions?
Yes.
All right. So, gonna try and do this quick because we only got a couple of minutes left. Obviously, SmackDown is tomorrow, so we're not gonna be able to give you everything. But here's what we got: we have 9 matches. Your pre-show match is Asuka versus Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's Champion. Asuka. Bobby Lashley defending the U.S. title versus Apollo Crews.
Bobby Lashley.
No contest.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
your
fair.
Retribution attack match.
That's fair.
Yeah, it'll probably be a no contest.
Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza.
Again?
Yeah, again.
They just won it on Raw. I am going with Andrade and Angel Garza. This would be a pre-show match otherwise, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I want to say Street Profits, though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No, Street Profits. You're right. You're right, Ben. Street Profits.
I don't know WWE anymore. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
we have what should be the best match of the night. It's going to be Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn in a triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
I have no idea.
I'm going Sami Zayn,
Me too.
the prince who was promised. He never lost the title. I
Yep,
also
Sami
wouldn't be
Zayn.
surprised
I
if
hope it's
Jeff
Sami
Hardy win.
Zayn. I
Sami
have
Zayn.
a bad feeling Hardy's going to retain it somehow.
Nakazaro versus Lucha House Party. Nakazaro, Lucha House Party's blowing up.
Lucha House Party's a
Don't
joke
Care?
anyways.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, they're being booked properly, but
They'll implode. So no,
no, they've already. I mean, they've hinted at it with Lince Dorado's like goodbye to his mask. So,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defend the women's tag titles versus the Riot Squad.
They'll retain.
I was about to say this is. I don't have a clever tag team name for them yet. Ask me on Monday. Bailey versus Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's title. Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Too much going on for both of them for the title change hands there.
Yeah.
We got the big dog, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal title.
The fact that Jey Uso is in the match is stupid.
Yes, but cool that Jey Uso gets a shot here. But
Especially while his brother's injured.
yeah, but Reigns,
And
but
Reigns is
cool.
gonna murder him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Expect Reigns to wrestle shirtless. He said that in an interview. He's gonna be shirtless for this.
I did see that.
And
Yeah, I heard
music is on the way. So I'll say this: as much as I hate Roman Reigns, he's finally addressing the things I have complained about for
Years.
5 years, 6 years. But he is going to stay in like the black cargo fatigues.
Oh, I'm sure.
Those I've been told are staying. And maybe your main event, I don't know. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton in an ambulance match. Here is your
Drew
Randy
McIntyre.
Orton win because of retribution as well.
And with that, because that's how much I care about it.
Oh. All right. We got to walk off. Whoa. Whoa. What's going on here? What? I don't know what just happened. They left me by myself, and usually that's a bad idea because now I can rant about whatever I want to rant about. I'm okay. I guess they're legitimately not coming back. All right. Check out wrestling. There's a pay-per-view this weekend. I hope you enjoy it. Clash of Champions. Let us know. Hi. No, you're good.
I am not excited for this weekend.
Oh, all right. This is not 6 feet away. And there's Jeff. You guys are really bad at walking off camera, I'm seeing here. I'm going to go ahead and close out because I don't know what's going on anymore. Thank you for joining us. This has been PWO WrestleCast. Check out our YouTube page, Podcast World Order, for more shows like Referee's Discretion, Creative Control, and hopefully very soon, Do Your Damn Homework featuring D. White. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Do all the things.
Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.